Welcome to this Mangold tutorial on advanced multimedia control in Interact. After opening at least one video or audio file, this observation ribbon with default multimedia controls appears. The play and pause buttons are straightforward to use, but keyboard shortcuts, such as arrow up for play and arrow down for pause, provide an efficient alternative. Playback speed can be adjusted using the small arrows. Increasing or decreasing speed is simple, and clicking the speed indicator value restores the original speed. Next to the play pause button are the frame-by-frame commands. These allow stepping through the recording one frame at a time for precise navigation. The duration or length of each step is determined by the current frames per second. For example, at 25 FPS, each step covers 40 milliseconds. Need to cover a lot of ground? Clicking the fast forward or fast reverse controls doubles the play speed in either direction, and clicking multiple times increases the speed even further. To reset the speed, we click the speed indicator value again. We can also jump directly to the start or end of a recording using these two buttons. Positioning the video can also be done using the timeline beneath the ribbon. The red line indicates the current position while the timer displays the exact value. Using the timeline is probably the fastest way to cover large chunks of video material, especially because you can also scrub through the files by dragging the position slider. By the way, did you know you can zoom in on the timeline using the scroll wheel of a mouse? This is especially helpful for manually positioning the video within long recordings. To position the recording at any given time directly, double-click the timer and enter the time value manually, like this. Press return to position the multimedia file at the specified time. Now, let's talk about skipping predefined intervals. For this, Interact offers the step width command. Few people know about this cool feature because this command has no visible control button. Skipping through multimedia files at a custom pace is only possible using custom keyboard shortcuts. The interval value can be set in the Time Settings dialog, which we access through this Settings button on the Observation ribbon. Here, we can specify the required step width or interval length, for example, 10 seconds. The assigned keyboard shortcuts for skipping forward or reverse are displayed underneath the interval value. If you do not like the displayed combination, we can adjust these and other shortcuts by clicking this settings icon. Scroll down to the playback section to view and alter any of the multimedia control commands, like play, pause, frame by frame, and all the others. Find the skip forward and skip reverse entries at the bottom of this section. Selecting a combination and pressing other keys updates the shortcut after pressing retrund or enter to confirm. For example, configuring control plus arrow left or right allows skipping through recording at the chosen interval. Frame-by-frame navigation remains accessible with the arrow keys alone. Confirm any changes with OK in both dialogues. Now, let's try this. By pressing the left and right arrow keys on the keyboard, we navigate through the recording frame by frame. Pressing Control in combination with the left or right arrow keys will skip through the video at the specified interval. In this example, skipping 10 seconds per command. Pay attention to the timer here. In combination with the arrow up for play and arrow down for pause, this setup makes it very easy to control our multimedia. Before I forget, accessing and altering the shortcuts list is also possible in the program settings available on the General tab. In the General Settings dialog, switch to the Application tab and click the Show Change Keyboard Shortcuts button to get to the list we edited earlier. Now, there is one multimedia control command left to explain, but before we can use it, an existing data file must be opened first. In a data file, double-clicking the start or the end time of an event positions the video just there, whereas clicking the white area beside it replays the event sequence from start to end. But what if you want to watch a selection of events consecutively? For that, Interact offers this Play Selected Elements command. Event lines can be selected manually by pressing the Control key while clicking on separate events or by using the Edit Find command, which will be covered in another tutorial. After selecting the events we want to watch, hit the Play Selected Elements button or press the corresponding shortcut key, F12 by default. Now Interact plays the selected events one after the other. As mentioned before, shortcuts are available for all these multimedia control commands, as listed in the Program Settings dialog. We are happy to speed up your research, so watch our other videos to learn more.